Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, September 15th. It's a beautiful day if you happen to be in New Jersey. Haven't checked the weather everywhere else. I'm hoping that you have an equally beautiful day today. It, as I said, is September 15th. You know what that means? We are halfway through our 30-day self-care motivation challenge. That means that we are halfway through. You should have been doing amazing things over the last 14 days. And that means a few minutes of self-care each day for you. Remember, self-care, we are talking about how to take care of you inside, your spirit, how to nurture your mind and grow, and also how to take care of your body and do things for your physical fitness and well-being. And I see a couple of people have joined. Hi to Bud. That would be my husband Wayne, who distracted me just a moment ago. Hi Jane. Thank you for joining. And let's dig into what we've done so far in the last 2 weeks, because there's been a lot that's been going on. I hope you've been enjoying the inspirational daily posts and actually using them to give you some thoughts on what you can do each day. I heard some feedback from someone who is in our challenge, and I'm going to share that in just a few minutes because I thought it was really interesting and it made me so happy to hear that we're making a difference. So, recap for the past week. We have actually disconnected, right? If you think about it, one of our posts, one of our thoughts was to disconnect from social media, specifically your social media notifications. That's a healthy thing to do. Turn the notifications off, especially at night, because when you are sleeping, you don't want Facebook to give you that ding that wakes you up so that you can find out what somebody had as their midnight snack. It's just not the healthiest thing in the world for you. Go ahead, turn the notifications off for a minute. I promise you, the world will not stop, and these things will be there waiting for you when you sign on the next time. Another disconnection, setting our time. Boy, I can't talk today, but getting away from TV, turning the TV off, being more present, being in the room, and just maybe getting away from cable for a minute. It's not a bad idea. And there are plenty of other things that we can do. Now, when we talk about disconnecting or turning the TV off, we're also talking about stepping away from video in general. So if you happen to turn the TV off but cheat and watch streaming TV on your device, I hate to break it to you, but you were still on TV. So that's okay. It's one step in the right direction. Keep thinking about it. Other things that we did this week. Hopefully you saw somebody at work and you stopped and gave them a sincere compliment, because I'm sure if you did, you saw a beautiful smile across their face and you really made an impact on their day. And that's exactly what this is about. And while that is certainly giving of ourselves to others, it also is giving back to ourselves, because when we make somebody else feel better, it's so personally rewarding. If you smile at someone, even yourself in the mirror, and that smile comes back at you, you probably have noticed that you have just a sense of happiness. And it might be just a couple of minutes, but when you walk away from that smile exchange, you're probably still smiling for a while. It's a really neat thing, and it's very, very contagious. Hopefully, as we continue our recap, you took the time to read something, learn something new for your craft, whether it's for your career today or whether it's for your future career aspirations. It doesn't take a lot to read articles, to engage in webinars, and to do things that will help you grow. Personally, I actually joined an online virtual conference put on by Project Management Institute. And I had the chance to listen to a couple of really good webinars. I didn't get to really join in and listen to them all, but the ones that I engaged with had some great points that I can now use in my daily life. The last thing I want to recap for the week, hopefully you all took advantage of this, was to dance. Whether you're learning a new dance step, whether you are going crazy and have zero structure to your dance, but you're letting music move through your body, that is what it's all about. Get up, get physical, let the music take over, and just enjoy a moment. And yeah, I'm here to tell you that Wayne and I both got to enjoy that moment of unexpected self-care when we were in the middle of Williams-Sonoma and he decided to turn me around the floor. Not only was there a moment of, oh my God, people are watching, what am I going to do? And never mind, just go with it and don't fall. And you know what? Who cares if anybody's watching? And it was 30 seconds. It wasn't anything, but it was a moment of wonderful connection for both of us. And when I stopped looking around and started really enjoying, it was just exciting, just wonderful. We stopped, because we were going to run into a shelf. I turned around and looked, and there was a lady that works there in the store, and she said, you know, this is a first. I have never seen anybody dance in our store before. And I said, well, think about this. All good things start in the kitchen. Why not have a dance in the kitchen? So I ask you, how many of you have taken the time to twirl around your kitchen, to shake it off, or shake it on, whichever way you want to do it, when you're making that spaghetti sauce? It's a lot of fun. And just don't do it with a knife, but it is a lot of fun when you're doing that. Hi, Adriana. Thanks for joining. So that is our recap for the week. Now let's talk about a couple of other things that did take place. Obviously, this particular week has a sad and poignant day in the history of our country, which is 9/11. And it gives us a moment to reflect, to think about things that maybe are sad, that are certainly impactful to us as individuals. And that's okay for us to be doing that. It's actually very healthy, and maybe it doesn't feel like self-care, but let me give you just a different thought on that. When you take the moment to think about those events, you are also taking a moment to remember someone, something. Those memories are extremely valuable. They're what keep us grounded, keep us connected to the world around us. They bring people we love back to us. So as sad as the memory may be, or the circumstances around it, remember that you are honoring someone you love when you bring them back to you as part of your memory. So I highly encourage you to do that. And I know that we all were having a moment of reflection this particular week. Something else that took place this week. Now, this was not a moment of self-care, but it was certainly a moment of mental relief for me as I scheduled or rescheduled the workshop for My One Being. As many of you may know, we've been planning a workshop in person here in New Jersey that combines a lot of different things on the personal front, on the professional front, wrap some self-care around it. It's really a way to bring us into alignment as one individual. And I made a hard decision to take that and reschedule it into spring of next year, but it was a good decision. And I found that when I made that choice, I was listening to the people around me. I was paying attention to all of the indicators that are so important in business, and I took a huge weight of stress off my shoulders and moved it. Actually, I eliminated that stress, let me put that out there, and I gave myself permission to think about how can I change things? How can I pivot? How can I make more meaningful moments and engagements for the people that are out there like yourselves that I care about? So it was a really good moment, and while we may not think of it necessarily as self-care, I certainly view that easing of stress as an extreme act of self-care. So it's really, really important. Think about that as you look at your daily life and the things on your work schedule, because there probably are some opportunities there for you to make a difference in yourself. When you start feeling that stress in your neck and in your shoulders, and the headache is constant, and the bands of anxiety are around your chest, it's probably a really good indication that you have some thoughts, you have some opportunities to make a change and ease whatever the condition or situation is. It's riskier for you to proceed on that path sometimes. All right, that aside, here's a really fun thing. Someone took their drive-by high, that was one of our recommendations, I want to say in the first week, and called me. How exciting. Thank you, Joyce, for making such a difference in one of my days here, because, you know, it meant so much to pick up the phone. I was smiling. I could hear her smile, and for her to say, hey, you know, you inspired me to call you. You are my drive-by high. And I'm here to share with all of you that it really does make a difference. So even if you already did it this month, do it again. Do it for somebody else. It's going to be super rewarding for each of you. I also got other feedback, and I want to share that with you because it seems like our little challenge here is making a difference. Charisse, who is joining us on Instagram, is killing this challenge. She, by the way, sneak peek, she's on the top of the leaderboard on Instagram for sure, but in general. But she is out there being very vulnerable, very real, and she's posting her entire personal journey from physical fitness and weight loss to what she's doing with her kids to just how she's making changes and overcoming the challenges that life is throwing at her. So I am so happy, so excited to see this making a difference for her. And that leads to another piece of feedback I got that I mentioned earlier this morning, which is I had someone reach out and tell me that while they may not be participating every day, this 30-day challenge is making a difference in their daily life. And specifically, they are feeling extremely validated. The quote that I can share is, I realized I'm actually good at this self-care thing. And what they meant by that was that they are doing something every single day for themselves and just didn't even realize that they were. So this is huge. You know, this challenge right here, these moments of daily inspiration, if they just serve as validation and a reminder, that's exactly what this challenge is about. So please do, I encourage you to take the time, take a few minutes each day and do for yourself. So with that, let's now talk about what's today's inspiration, which is going to be posted momentarily. And that is all about giving back. Yes, giving back is a moment of self-care too. In this instance, we're talking about donating. Donate time, donate energy, donate goods, donate money, whatever works for you. But it's about giving just a little bit of yourself to a cause that means something to you. And I'm going to make a recommendation because I have a wonderful friend, and Jane, you know him. He's out in California. He actually was on TV. He is Eric Morgan. I think he might even be in our group. I'll have to go check, and if not, we're going to have to bring him in. But he is part of the Real Men Wear Pink cause. And specifically, they are hosting a poker tournament today for breast cancer awareness. It's an awesome cause, and to see men joining forces in support of breast cancer awareness, to support the survivors, to support people that are going through it right now, that is extremely heartwarming. So if that happens to be a cause that matters to you, I highly suggest joining that one. I will, for his sake and for the cause sake, put a link out in our group a little bit later today so that if you want to join in and participate on that one, that's a good one to choose. Otherwise, you know, it's your cause. It could be public, it could be personal, it could be someone that you know that is in need, and maybe you give them something out of your kitchen pantry. Or, you know what, even better, cook a meal and bring it to them, because that home-cooked thoughtfulness is going to make a difference in their day, and it will touch their lives in a meaningful way. So, that's what I have for you today. This is everything that we have done for the week that has passed and what we're looking ahead to in the next week. We have 15 more days to this challenge. So if you have not already been participating, or if you haven't referred folks in, this is your time. Do it. You have 15 more days. You can get out there and get active and win a prize or two. And I will be posting prizes out there, but just so you know, the grand prize is a pretty big deal. It's an Active 5 fitness device and kit. And I don't have it with me right now, but basically it's a handheld fitness device that, using technology and using an app on your phone, allows you to measure your baseline and build strength and get a little bit fit. It brings 5 minutes of fitness into every single day. And again, if we can't give ourselves 5 minutes, then we have a little bit of a problem, and this challenge is definitely here to address that. So it's a really cool device. You'll see a picture coming out there. I'll make sure that we have a link so you can learn more about it. That is the grand prize. Other prizes include an hour of personal development coaching and a self-care journal complete with tips and hints that will provide you care for the next 6 months to a year. So definitely participate, post, remember hashtag selfcaremob, and I will see you next Sunday at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. Have a wonderful week ahead, and thank you. Thank you for being here and being part of this. Have a wonderful day.